you. I need a hate to take it far, make moves. Had somebody trying to take it down, place for you just scoring mines, press the bar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a wonderful weekend. The market is closed, so the watch list is not tonight. It is going to be tomorrow instead, but I thought we'd have a opportunity to talk about something both fun, useful. We're going to talk about the setups and, well, you know, lending tips. He had to go get a new computer, and I saw an opportunity with technology, how stuff works, some of the products that you could buy when it comes to this, and also a lot of people and traders waste a lot of money buying all this stuff. So this is my setup. I will go over some main things, but there's one thing I will tell you. Let's get to the XPS, baby. I've had this computer probably for 7 or 8 years now, so this is a long-term chair right there. It's done a lot of things. It's worked. So pretty much the whole point I'm going to talk about here is don't waste money on a lot of this stuff. Oh, there's the mic and all that. But the key is this. This is the main thing that I think a lot of people overlook. And if you guys want to make a big, easy, quick change to your trading that'll have a real life effect, it is this, baby, your internet. So this is something now, like, does Gigabit Internet make a difference? That's what I'm on. You see download speed 937, upload 936, the ping 1 millisecond, and that leads to the first thing. So one, it does make a big effect. I've even seen it on Robinhood and everything else, how important having fast internet really, really is. It affects fills, it affects data. And the next thing is hardwired. I'm hardwired here, and I'm also hardwired on this. That right there will affect your ping, but when it comes to trading, that has a very, very big effect. So that's where a lot of people, I think, are messing around with this. And, you know, you guys could spend thousands of dollars on these systems, but it's not going to make too big of an effect. So I'm going to go over this for you guys, explain it real quick. You guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you subscribe if you don't know where a lot of money do Friday 30 minutes. Oh no, it's weird. I like shooting like this. It's a little different. But so this is the overall setup. What we have here, you got 4 LG monitors, a Dell XPS 8700, and then I use a MacBook Pro as well too. And that's even one of the things we could start off with is the difference between Windows and Mac. When it comes to trading, Windows is going to be better to run all sorts of programs and what you're going to need. But Apple is straight out the box. It's easier, but the performance is lower. It's more expensive. So if you're on a budget, I would go with the Windows. But the main key that you have to take from all of this is coming down simply down to your graphics card, your RAM, but mainly the processor. So now this is why I've had this thing for so long. This is a XPS 8700, and this thing has been, I mean, I bought it when the i7 came out. So your processor is important. That's what I'm saying is the opportunity now. They're selling i9s, and you could get an i9, and the point is, one of these processors will last you a decade. That's what you're gonna need. If you want to run more than 3 monitors, you will need either a second graphics card or one with enough power, or you'll have to add extra output on your computer. But now here's the key. So I have this too. Everything that my setup is, it's probably the most budget setup. And this is where I'm gonna tell you guys, you know, it's a sunk cost. The minute you buy any of this trading shit, it's down the drain. I mean, and that's why some people, they'll get started, they want to spend all this money and do all this stuff, but you know, you gotta go for certain effects that are gonna give you a better outcome with it. And the point is, you know, that computer was $1,100. The monitors were no more than $100 each, and I got the 4 monitor stand on Amazon. That's another $100 as well too. I mean, the only thing at this point that's even expensive would even be the chair. It's a Maxnomic chair. I don't know. This is I read some reviews. I saw it at a Microsoft store. I like this, the one that even Ninja uses. But you know, if you guys been on the stream, you know how it is. Health and fitness is important. That's there. Even the desk now too. This is at $500 from IKEA. It's a fully adjustable desk. You know, I got the soundproof foam and all that. But you know, my thing is too. You know, we got a nice view out there. I like to keep it. You know, that helps. Again, your environment is gonna be part of it. But really, what I would recommend is don't waste a lot of money on any of this stuff. I mean, what I'm trying to say is here, and I remember I met that one guy at Chick-fil-A. He was on the stream. I said, pull up. You know, maybe I should switch to me when I'm talking, but I told him to pull up. I said, come on, you know, we're talking. He showed me his setup. He had a bunch of, you know, monitors and all that, but he said he got them used, and that's what I mean. This is all a sunk cost. You could get these. I bought these brand new at Costco for $100, but you could get all of this stuff used. That is what I would recommend. Honestly, I would not try to spend more than maybe $1,200 or $1,500 on a setup. And why I said that, going back to the main thing, I would rather put all of that money on the internet and making sure you have a connection and setup, and try not to even, you know, here you guys will see Uncle answers, he's there, but I have everything, it's close, you know, so I made sure the internet people installed it right there, you know, right above the prayer wall, you know what I'm saying? But I made sure everything's close, because this is all has to do with ping, the distance, you know, believe it or not, even a shorter cable will give you a better connection, but that is what's gonna make you have the best trading performance. Now, when it comes to even the computers and other stuff that, you know, there's other things with monitors. I've had traders talk to me. I've gotten arguments about this. It's the millisecond, the lag time. So some monitors have very large lag times. It's in milliseconds, and some is slower. So some people argue that you need these crazy good monitors, because even though the internet's coming in, everything, you could have the fastest everything, but now if your monitor takes a longer time to respond, you're actually slow. So imagine from moving the mouse to one area to the next and clicking, that takes actually some time. And if it doesn't get reflected instantly, that could be a problem. But I don't think that's the most important thing, as much as it comes down to, again, the internet and now the processor, how you guys run your computer. And this is what I would recommend, is try to get it. This is why, you know, you could even run your data. Let's say you're on Robinhood, you could have a full setup. It may even, and now this is where it gets kind of counter, you could look at stuff on another computer and then maybe execute on your phone, but the phone's going to be slower. But the whole idea is try to keep as little stuff running as possible. You guys have seen it on stream. If I have more than a few things running, it slows everything down. This is what affects your internet, your speed, and then the computer processing time, because that's what it is. Even E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, you know, they'll say you could check the memory limit. I forgot where it is, and like you could even reset it. This is on E-Trade, but just think about everything here. You know, when a number comes through, it's your internet and how long it takes to reflect, but you need a certain memory limit there. But if you did want to make a setup, the main thing I would be looking for is the processor. That's going to give you a long-lasting computer. That's going to let you run things. I think RAM and graphics card are tied, because now the graphics card allows you to run all this. But so you guys get to see, but this is what I'm saying. The best part is now it's already been a decade. So the same stuff I've been using for the last 10 years almost, you could get it at a fraction of the price now, because the new generation stuff is coming in, but technology has made it so much easier to acquire some of the best shit out there. So I think it's pretty cool. I want you guys to not spend a lot of money on this stuff. It is a sunk cost. You know, all of this stuff looks really, really cool, and it is great, and you know, it makes you feel like a trader and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make or break what you're doing. So again, now if you want, get internet. I got this. I know my internet right now, even for a gigabit internet, this is because, you know, this is why I picked the location I'm in. You know, I made certain steps with certain things that I value, but even being, you know, downtown location, or being in an area where there's business lines or commerce or anything like that, you could acquire business and gigabit fiber internet for dirt cheap. This is $100 a month for that internet. So I know people paying a lot more for a lot less. So what you should do is call companies and see. You could even look into satellite internet, but point is, that is going to be your main thing. That's the first thing. I would then go for, you know, spend your money on the computer. Don't waste, you know, money on the keyboards, all that. If you like the aesthetics, you know, that's what I'm saying. This setup, I don't have neon lights. I don't have any of the cool colors, anything like that. And it's old. Again, the way I view this economically, especially again, starting out, you guys are like, you know, you have $2,000 account, and then you're going to go spend $2,000 on a computer, this and that. Given technology, phones, all that, you don't need it. If you are going to do this, go get everything used, Amazon stands, and that's it. But focus on internet and the processing speed. But let me know what you guys think. What other processors you have? I know we're about to get, I want to get another computer, but for me, until the prices get there, you know, my thing is, if you could get an i9, so like that's the best part, you guys are lucky. If you haven't built a computer, or you're starting now and you don't have your setup, maybe you did good, you want to put the money into it, just please, please, please use a budget. That's the worst thing I see, is that when people are like, I want to get into trading, they start doing this trading stuff, but then they spend a ton of money on the setup, and by the end of it, you know, if things don't go out, you know, they spend too much money too quick. You know, that's it. So I wouldn't focus on saying I need to spend this money to get started. After you get started, after you've been investing for a while and you see what works for you, that is what's going to take you to the next level, and that is when you should maybe spend the money. But I mean, you could get a more than ample enough system for less than $2,000, less than $1,500. But again, you could have the most powerful system if you're running on slow internet, or you are even on, again, do not do Wi-Fi. If you have to, I get it. I've done it before. You know, I have certain instances. But if you can go non-Wi-Fi, without a doubt, because even then, when you're on Wi-Fi, that takes power from your computer as well too. So on Wi-Fi, it'll even slow down the processing as well too. It's a trip. But if you have this big expensive setup and I just have my internet and something really basic, I will get filled before you. And that's the thing. And not only will I get filled before you, think about when the news comes out, you know, a lot of you guys see we get information fast. Part of it has to do, you know, it's both internet and the time to respond as well as knowing where to look. So there's that. And I guess even the last part, this is how I run things. If you guys want to see, you know, it is even workflow. That is something I'm very, very big on, the system and how I do it here. So, you know, I keep one for the main thing. I'll keep a platform I could look at and or execute on here. And then I have the YouTube chat. So again, I'm reading the chat and it's not just to talk to you guys. This is a scanner. Again, you guys know the stream is very good, but one thing, if you go on the channel page, I'm trying to think, but if you're on the actual YouTube page, there's buttons at the top, like right here. Yeah, there it is. But you could pop out the chat. So if you click that now, so let's say you're limited on monitors, you could straight pop up the chat, keep it in the corner of your screen or keep it somewhere else, and you don't have to keep the YouTube page open, but then you can have the chat right there. That is probably one of the most effective little things I've learned. There's that, but then I use my other screen here for news, TweetDeck, to look up stuff if I need to Google it, if I need to go check anything. And then we got the top screen. I keep another platform up. I'll usually have futures, or I keep another option chain. And again, with internet and processing, I'm looking at all the prices. So as they're getting the update, even then, I'm getting the fastest connection in here. I'm able to see how things are coming in, even though the market depth and all that. But point is though, I have a setup, and it's just like, what are the screens used for? And this is what I'm saying now. If you are gonna get multiple screens, you're gonna need one to trade on, and you don't need multiple computers. I run 2 computers now, and that's hopefully you guys can see why. It has to do with processing power, how it's going to slow me down and anything, because I keep one for the stream, but I'm still able to now scan and do stuff. So when it does come time to execute, I'm not getting hindered by the other one, because now if I'm uploading to YouTube at the same time while I'm trying to trade and upload data to the trade thing, that is the issue. And also go for upload speed. I don't know if I mentioned that. That is the most important thing. But point is, you just need one for your basic charts, where you're going to be looking at stuff and where to execute. And you really could use, an extra screen just for news and everything else. And now if you want, that's another thing. That's where like TD Ameritrade is really good. You could use the flexible grid. Another thing I often do, like if I click here on my E-Trade platform, it'll come up right here, and then look at, you see the chat will still be there on the drop down, but I usually keep up, and hopefully you take notice, option chains. I have option chains everywhere because I'm constantly looking at the prices and stocking them. But then I'll also keep up the main things that we have here, where it's just literally different companies I want to keep track of, the companies that are important, and I'll keep them up there. But this is the only information you need. So really what I'm advising for you guys, one of those recommendations, option trading, risk, you can't lose all number of friends, but the key is don't overkill it, don't blow your money. Don't waste it. Figure out what's important. If you guys have any setups, I don't know. I know some of you, when I do comes time for me to get another one, I think you guys are going to help me build it. So let me know. But otherwise, that's it. I'm going to see you on the watch list tomorrow. I'm going to see you. We might stream tomorrow. I don't know. I'm still deciding. But I'm going to get you on the watch list, baby. Let's go.